Hi everyone, let's go over my bullish and bearish Elliott wave scenarios on Bitcoin, starting with the bearish scenario where we are looking for an impulse to the downside. A 5-wave structure, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, after which we want to see a 3-wave corrective structure to the upside and another move to the downside to take out the low. Currently working on the internal count of this wave 3, where internally we then have a wave 1, 2, 3, 4 and a wave 5. The invalidation for this scenario is the 0.618 at 62.6k, taken from the start to the end of your wave 3. The second scenario is a bullish scenario. However, in this scenario, you also still expect price to take out the low. Here we have a double zigzag, an ABC zigzag in a wave W, 3-wave corrective structure in a wave X, and then we look for another ABC to the downside in a wave Y. In this scenario, you preferably take out the 0.618 just to make sure you invalidate an impulse to the downside, so preferably you hit 62.6k. However, the invalidation for this scenario is taking out the high at 64.1k. Inside this wave B, you can have any corrective structure, but the one that I have on my chart at the moment that could hit the 0.618 would be a flat structure, 3-wave A, 3-wave B, and then you want to see a 5-wave C. And then the most bullish scenario would be a finished 3-wave corrective structure to the downside in a double zigzag. So we then have ABC, corrective structure in X, and then a finished ABC to the downside as price now took out this low. However, in an ABC zigzag, the minimum target for wave C, okay, is at least taking out the low of A, so we can check that. But from a Fibonacci perspective, the minimum target for a wave C is the 0.618, which by itself is a rare target for a wave C, but we actually did not hit the 0.618. And this 0.618 is taken from the start to the end of A to the end of wave B. The common target for your wave C is between the 1 and the 1.236 trend-based fib extension, which is below over here between 58.4 and 57.4k, which, as you can clearly see, has not been hit. So that is why it's difficult to give the highest probabilities to this scenario, because your wave C here is so incredibly short. I think it is good to be aware of this volume profile, taken from the low at 49k to where price is at the moment. Earlier, we retested the value area high of this volume profile, which eventually failed, which means it becomes interesting to at least keep an eye on the point of control and the value area low. Point of control at around 59.5k and the value area low at around 55.6k. To the downside, we in general do have some support. I do have a bigger blue box here as well, sitting between 56.8 and 57.9k. But if I open all of my levels here, you can see that there's quite a lot going on here. We have a monthly 58.9k, daily 58.2, and then we get to my box area, monthly naked point of control to the daily naked point of control. If we then look at the CVD divergences locally, then here on the 15-minute chart, after the new local low has been made, we see a little bit of bullish CVDs locally. The target for these bullish CVDs would be taking out this high here at about 61.4k. We also have some news today, Thursday, October 3rd at 4 p.m. Central European time. So make sure you trade safe around that hour, because it might increase the volatility on the chart. And if we then finally look at the probabilities of the different scenarios, then currently the probabilities are highest for an impulsive structure. On a close number 2, we do have the unfinished WXY, but preferably you want the 618 touch. It's not necessarily something that you need to see, it's just to invalidate an impulse. It would be nice to see, but you can still have a WX and then A, B, and C in a wave Y. So even if price would move down without touching the 618, this scenario will remain on the chart. But at the moment, it's simply on number 2, because preferably we would like to see the 618 touched and invalidate an impulse. But these two, number 1 and 2, are closely related to one another with regards to probabilities. And then on on the number 3 spot, we have a finished WXY. For that to happen, for this to get the highest probabilities, we would need to take out this high at 64.1k. I hope that this video was helpful or valuable to you. Please check out the CVD indicator video, the best indicator out there in my opinion, or the Elliott Wave educational playlist to help you understand more about Elliott waves. Thanks for watching and subscribing, and I hope to see you at the next one. Bye bye.